at least anymore. More responsible for the economic state. They asked about inflation back in March. Look at this. 38% said Joe Biden. 34% said Donald Trump. But look at where we are this month when they asked about the general state of the economy. Look at how much higher the Trump number is. 54%. The Joe Biden percentage drops through the floor at 21%. So this idea that Donald Trump will try to sell to the American public, is trying to sell to the American public, is that it's the other guy. It's not me. It's that other guy, that old guy, Joe Biden. No longer is this being the American public is no longer buying this set of arguments like they were back in March. And of course, what is so important here? We have had the tariff war in the last month. That's what's going on. I believe that a massive shift is occurring because Americans are seeing what's happening on their television screens. They are seeing what's happening in the stock market. They're seeing what's happening in the bond market. One day, Donald Trump says one thing about the tariff war. The next day, he says another thing. One day, one of his advisors says one thing. The next day, that same exact advisor says another thing. And all of a sudden, Americans are picking up on this. And this idea that Donald Trump is trying to sell, that you can blame Joe Biden. Look at this again. This percentage, 54 to 21. A clear majority now are blaming Donald Trump for the state of the economy, not Joe Biden.
Americans also think the economy is getting worse, with upwards of 53% of respondents saying so. Just 28% said the economy is getting better, and 19% said the economy is about the same. Now, in terms of how Americans view Trump's handling of the economy overall, 44% expressed approval, while 56% expressed disapproval.
Yeah, we'll focus in on independents here, and independents feel that Donald Trump has vacated the center of the electorate, catering to his base. What are we talking about? Well, let's talk about the overall net approval ratings. We're going to look at the worst ever at this point in a presidency. The old record among independents for the worst ever was Donald Trump back in 2016, a net approval rating of minus 16 points. Well, Donald Trump has broken his own record here. He now holds, in this particular term, the worst ever net approval rating at this point in a presidency among independents at, get this, minus 22 points. He has 22 points.
And sure, if it's a bubble you seek, then fine, chalk it up to liberal elites with Trump derangement syndrome. But how do you then explain Fox News describing his tariff rollout as a chaotic mess, to the point that even their viewers were disapproving of his performance?
But to your point, Americans back the concept of a more level, fair trading field, but the execution of this, and I wanted to ask Daniel about this, the execution has been a morass. It's been an absolute chaotic mess so far, and the American people really haven't felt the pain of that yet. And is the pain based on talking to CEOs of companies that need these imports? Is the pain layoffs? Because that's what I'm hearing, that people are putting together layoff plans.
Absolutely. I see it. I hear about it. And even as a CEO of a company, we're thinking about it. Right now, we don't know what's going to happen because the game keeps changing, and it's changing in real time. But let me give...
And our new Fox News polling shows that people perhaps are concerned with how things are going. This is as of March 14th. Those that say they disapprove, 56%, more than half. Those who approve of the president's handling of the economy is at 43%. And in that same polling, we asked about the most important issue facing the country today, and top of the list is inflation. And the economy is number 2, and jobs. Those are first and second as it goes down to political division and preservation of democracy. Is the president doing enough to answer the needs and demands of the American voter when it comes to the economy and lowering prices?
The president and his economic team are working on this effort every single day. And the president is not only trying to fix the mess created by the previous administration's incompetence and reckless spending, he is trying to fix decades of unfair trade practices that have ripped our country off, that have sent jobs overseas, and that have forced millions of Americans out of their jobs.
Now, it's no secret that a majority of Americans, around 63%, say that tariffs implemented by Trump will make the economy worse in the short term. Only 8% say that tariffs will make the economy better. Now, the overall dissatisfaction comes as Trump placed more sweeping tariffs on several nations this past month, including Japan, Mexico, Canada, the European Union, and of course, China.
You make popular sensory toys for kids in China. So walk us through what these tariffs mean for you and your business personally.
What it means is that we can't bring goods in at 145% tariff rate. That becomes cost prohibitive. We cannot sell our products. We would have to double, maybe even triple our cost on our prices. Our distribution will go down. We just can't do it. And so, as a small business, we keep our inventory tight. So I'm already running out of product. And there's orders I can't fill.
Before then, going on to suspend most of them for 90 days. So it's no surprise that people are wary. I mean, uncertainty is rife throughout this administration. And they'll perform next level verbal gymnastics to try and downplay what we can all see with our own eyes. They're woefully inept.
The president has long said that it would be an abuse of power for a president to direct prosecutors to investigate him. Last week, President Trump explicitly directed the Justice Department to scrutinize Chris Krebs to see if it can find any evidence of criminal wrongdoing. How is that not an abuse of power to direct the Justice Department to look into an individual, a named individual?
Look, the president signed that executive order. It's the position of the president in this White House that it's well within his authority to do it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have signed it. And he signed it, and that's his policy. Jeff, how are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
And this mandate that they claimed Trump was given with his thinnest of margins is completely gone.
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.